Good afternoon once again, students. This is Mr. Kimani Bernard, and welcome to another evening of Principles of Accounts. This afternoon, this evening, or whenever you are looking at this video, we are going to look at books of original entry yet again. However, this time we're going to focus on sales day book, otherwise called sales journal, the return outwards book, otherwise called the returns outwards journal, the returns inwards book, otherwise called the returns inwards journal. Please do enjoy, and as you watch this video, please pay keen attention to whatsoever is recorded. Well, at the end of this lesson, students will be able to explain the purpose of using these books of original entry. You will be able to make the required entries into these books of original entry. So let's go to this evening's lesson. The focus for this evening's lesson, as was said earlier, are three main books of original entry. They are the sales day book, sales journal, return outwards book or the returns outwards journal, returns inwards book or the returns inwards journal. However, the first one we're going to look at is the sales day book or sales journal. But before we can draw up a sales journal, there is something that we have to refer to, and this is called a sales invoice. As is stated on the screen, a sales invoice is a document. As I was saying, that a sales invoice is a document sent to a buyer showing full details of the goods sold and the prices of the goods. So this document will be sent by you to your particular customer, and whenever it is sent by you to your customer, it is known as a sales invoice. However, if you are the customer and the supplier sends this to you, it is known to you as a purchase invoice. Right. Let us go down to the purposes. Here is an example of a sales day book. Whenever you are entering the details, remember that you should enter the date, the details, the invoice number, the folio, and the amount. This sales day book, it serves one main purpose, and that is for the recording of credit sales. Credit sales are those sales that are made by you, the supplier or the business owner, to your customers who don't have the money at the particular time to pay you, so they purchase these goods on credit. Whenever you do that, you will open up a sales day book and you will enter the details, the date, the details itself, the person's name, the invoice number, and the folio, and the amount. Let us move on. Here we have an example of what it takes to do a sales journal. Alright, here the question says, a company had the following credit sales in 2006, March 1. Credit sales to B Hope amounting to $310. Credit sales to Tree Brent amounting to $285. As the diagram shows that you can see for yourself that in this case you put the date 2006, then you place March 1, you place B Hope. B Hope in this instance would be the person who you sold these goods on credit to. So you place B Hope there, and then you place the amount $310 in that particular column. And March 2, T Brent bought some goods from you on credit, and they informed me that you sold T Brent some goods on credit. When you do that, you would place the $285 under the amount column, and you just work it as is. And after you do that, you will then tally, and you will get the amount $595. Once you follow this procedure, you'll have no problems. And please remember, whenever you're writing up a sales daybook, you write the heading Sales Daybook or Sales Journal above the table itself. If you do not follow this instruction, you will lose a lot of marks. So please do write your headings at all times. Thank you very much. Alright, let us move on to another segment of this presentation. Alright, second thing we are going to look at this evening is the returns outwards book. However, before you can open a return outwards book, there is a source document that you have to develop, and this is called a debit note. This is supplied if a supplier agrees that goods previously bought by you, the customer, can be returned. If the supplier agrees, you, the customer, will send this document to the supplier. So this document, which is called a debit note, it is sent to the supplier to show that you are returning these particular goods. I will ask of you that you do further reading on this as it relates to the format of the debit note, how to make the particular entries. I'm asking you, please do further readings on this. It might come on the exam paper to write about debit note, but for your own benefit, please do further readings on this as it relates to the debit note. Alright, let's look at return outwards book now. The purpose of a returns outwards book is recording goods returned to the suppliers. The return outwards book is a book that is created by you, the person who owns a particular business. Yes, this book is created by you, the person who owns a particular business. And here again you will see you have the date, the details, the debit note, and the folio and the amount. In a sales daybook, you'll have the sales journal, sales invoice, and in this one you'll have the debit note. Please remember that you should always write this in whenever you're making your entries: date, details, debit note, folio, and the amount. Here's an example of how this works. A company has the following transactions. March 6, returns outwards were made to M. Norman, $400. Returns outwards on March 12, return outwards were made to N. Senior, $100. As usual, in this case you don't have any year, so you don't worry about the year. However, you would enter March 6 in the date column, then you would enter M. Norman in the details column, you would enter $400 in the amounts column. March 12, you do the same for N. Senior with $100, total will be $500. Remember at all times that you should place your heading above the table, This time the heading will read returns outwards book or returns outwards journal. At the bottom of this you could write a narration if you want to transfer. You could say transfer to returns outwards account. So please do this. Above this, you realize that it is the invoice number. Please don't focus on that. It is debit note. The previous slide showed that it was debit note, so focus on that. It is the debit note that should be there. It was my mistake. Sorry about that. Next, we are going to look at the returns inwards book now. But before you develop a returns inwards book, you have to develop a source document, and this source document is called a credit note. This credit note is sent to a customer showing the amount of allowance given by the seller. This is sent by you to your particular customer. For example, the customer says that the particular goods are malfunctioning and they want to return it. You will agree to take back these goods, and the credit note will be sent to the customer showing the amount of allowance that will be giving to that customer because of the malfunction of these goods, the amount of money that you may reimburse that customer. So this has to be done before. But in exams, you may not be required to do this. However, you can do further reading as usual on the credit note. It is in a textbook, in the account textbook you look in, you will see the format of a credit note. You will see where you have to enter the address of a particular person, your address. You have in the middle credit note, then you have the things that were bought, and then you have the percentage that will be given to the customer. So please do remember that. Let us come now to the returns invoice book. Returns invoice book serve one main purpose of recording. The purpose for this book is recording goods that have been returned to suppliers by a particular business or customer. So you in this case are the suppliers, and your customers in this case may be a business. So that entity returns the goods to you. So therefore you have to open a returns inwards book as usual. We are now going to look at how this works. A company did the following transactions. Goods returned to us by P. Potter, $600. Goods returned to us on March 13 by M. Holmes, $400. You do the same thing at this point in time. You would enter the transactions. P. Potter, $600, and H. Holmes, $400. And you will be sure to enter up these details as is on the slide. The details, credit note, folio, amount. You did not see the total or the tally, but each time you do something like this, you should tally. You would get $1,000, and you would have your single line above and your double line below as usual. So please do remember these things. We have come to the end of our presentation for this lesson. I hope you have enjoyed it, and this was brought to you by the CDP tutors. So I hope and trust that you will just continue to study for your exams, and as you get the worksheets, please do them. These worksheets will be sent to you. However, it will be required of you that you type your answers, then send it back to the particular website or where you got them from, and so I can see them and mark them and give you your results. Thank you very much, and have a good evening, or a good night, or even a good morning. Bye bye for now. Yes, friends, we're now going to look at the sales journal and the sales ledger. This is an example question for you guys. Let's go, let's read together. If Benjamin of 10 Lower Street, San Fernando, is selling the following items. Yes, we're gonna continue now, friends. Continue on our work here. Alright, got this now. If Benjamin of 10 Lower Street, San Fernando, is selling the following items, the recommended retail prices are as shown: white tape at $10 per roll, green bias at $4 per meter, blue cotton at $6 per sheet, black silk at $20 per dress length. Please pause the video while I go along to write down the questions. He makes the following sales: 2007 May 1 to F. Gomez, 3 Keswick Road, Port of Spain, 3 rolls white tape, 5 sheets blue cotton, 1 dress length black silk, less 25% trade discount. Remember now that white tape costs what? $10 per roll. Green bias costs what? Green bias costs $4 per roll, and blue cotton costs $6 per sheet, right? Just black silk costs $20 per dress length, right? Those are the figures that we'll be using. So therefore, in this case, we're going to multiply 3 by 10. Let me show you now. 3 by 10. So for F Gomez, it would be 3 by 10. But first, I'm going to read down the question first. If you write the questions here: May 8 to E. Hussein, 1 High Road, Marbella, 1 Jocelyn Black Silk. No trade discount right here. Then we go down to May 20. No, May 20 says to M. Ally, 1 Knot Road, Port of Spain, 10 rolls white tape, 6 sheets blue cotton, 3 dress lengths black silk, 11 meters green haze, less 25% trade discount, and ledger page number is what? Page 77. So this will go on page 77 of the sales ledger. That is what it is saying. Then we go down to the question says, to be Cooper, May 21 to be Cooper, 1 Tops Lane, St. Augustine, 12 rolls white tape, 14 sheets blue cotton, 9 meters green haze, less 33 and 30% trade discount. And whenever we see 33 in a trade, whenever we see 33 in a third, we use 1/3 to calculate. And the page number is page 211 of the sales ledger. Question: we are required to do what? We are required to work the sales figures by showing all workings, enter them up on page 163 of the sales journal, post to the personal accounts, and then transfer the total to the sales account on page 66 in the general ledger. Show folio numbers also. Let us go now. I hope and that you would have written down those questions and we will follow them T by T. So remember now that white tape is $10 per roll, green bias is $4 per meter, blue cotton $6 per sheet, and black silk $20 per dress length. Alright, May 1, F Gomez, $3 times 10, which give you 30. Then you have 5 and 6 is 30 as well, and 1 times 20 is 20. Add up that, I get how much? 30 and 30 is 60 and 20, 80. Then you're going to find 25% of the 100, which because I said less trade discount of 25%. So 25% of 100 times 80 would be equal to 20, right? And then 20, this 20 now, you minus it from the 80. This 60 figure now, the 60 will go into your sales journal, right? your sales journal, which is below this workings. Alright, let's just go to the other workings as well. The next working say May 4, A gray, 60 times 10 is 600, 3 times 40 is 120. Remember that your question, remember what the question said, please, and follow while you go along. 600, 100 is equal to 720. One third of 720 is what? You give you 240, and 720 minus 240. This, the 48 will go into your sales journal. Alright. The next question says, on May 8, to E. Osen, one high road, Marbella, one just lane black silk, no trade discount. One just lane black silk and one just lane costs $20, right? So multiply 1 by 20, get 20. This time there is no trade discount, so therefore this 20 will go into your sales sales journal. So now we're looking at M ally now. We say that M ally, one nut road, put of Spain, 10 rolls white tape, which is cost $10, 6 sheets blue cotton, which cost $6, 3 Jesslyn's black silk, which cost $20, and 11 meters green buyers, which is $4. $4. So now we're gonna multiply 10 by 10, which gives 100, 6 by 6 36, 3 times 20 60, and 11 times 4 is 44. Then it just gives you 240. Now we're going to find 25% of, because the less trade discount of 25%, and 25% of 240 is 60, and minus that 60 from 240 is 180. This 180 will go into your sales journal. And then the last one, Mr. B. Cooper, the question says, to B. Cooper, one tops lane, St. Augustine, 12 rolls white tape, 14 sheets blue cotton, and 9 meters green bahays. Alright, 12 times 10 gives you 120. 14 times 6 is 84. 9 times 4 is 36. Remember that we are looking at these the prices are already shown at the top above. Hope you would have written them down already, because you should have. So now 10 times 12 is 120, and that I get everything there. They add up everything, get 240, and find 1/3. Because it said 33 and a third percent, use 1/3. 1/3 of 240 is 80. 80 minus 240 is 160. This 160 now will go into your sales journal. So now, remember these figures now. Alright. So these figures will go into your sales journal. As I'll go again. 60 sales journal, the 480 sales journal, the 180 sales journal, the 160 sales journal as well, and the 20 sales journal. So now this is how the sales journal the sales journal is drawn up. And this page number is page 163, because remember that the question said, let me go again. The question said you must enter them up on page 163 in the sales journal, right? So therefore that's why page 163 in the sales journal means this therefore means that we are entering up on page 163, page number 163 of the sales journal. And the first one is Mr. F. Gomez, and if you go back to your question paper, you realize that on May 1 it says ledger page 105, so it says ledger 105. So you're going to write F. Gomez, then says ledger 105, then you're going to write in 60. Next thing, May 4, and then A gray, type in A gray, then you type in says ledger 277, because it is ledger page 277. You're going to get 120. Now, next one is May 8, E. Hussein, same thing. It says ledger 84, 20. MLI May 20, same thing. And then that 180, and then this, B. Cooper, and that, and that. Alright, let's go again. Let's have that. Then add up everything, which gives you 540. Remember now the question, go back to the question now. The question says as well that we must transfer the total to the sales account on page 66 of the sales of the general ledger, right? Cool. Therefore now we have done that. So it is said that transfer to the sales account, page 66 of the general ledger. That's that for that. Now we're going to do up our sales ledger and our general ledger. So how it is done. Right. Remember that we said page sales ledger. So first one is F Gomez. You type in F Gomez right there. Title of the account is F Gomez account. Then when we were doing the purchase ledger, we would place the figures on the what credit side. However, in this case, we will place them on the debit side because if Gomez are persons who we sold goods on credit to. So if Gomez, that person was received some amount of goods, therefore you place it on the debit side, and the customer and these persons are called debtors as well because they owe us, right? Persons who owe us are owe the businessman, owe the business. Assume that please remember also that when you are doing accounts, you assume the place of a businessman, and these persons are your debtors. I know. First thing is first, you type in your page number, it's page 105, which comes from the journal. Then you write May date, May 1, then you write sales, and SJ 163 because you're taking the figures from sales journal page 163. That's the reason why we have this. Then the figure is $60. So that is if Gomez. Go down now. Same procedure for Mr. A Gray, page 277, the date, the page number, date, again, sales, that, same, just same procedure. Same procedure like the first one. Same procedure again. The page number again. Page number. Same procedure, friends. Remember, let's follow the procedure. Same procedure. Same procedure. That, 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 that. I do the same procedure for all of them. This one is the same thing. Same thing. And this now. General ledger now. So now we're gonna post general ledger now, and this is page 6. So on the in general ledger we post to the credit side of the sales account because it is said that sales account has a credit balance. So this is the reason why we post to the credit side of the sales account. We post total, which is 540, and SJ 163, which means that we are bringing the information from sales journal page 163. So that's it for your entries sales journal. Thank you for